Dreaded Entertainment, what is up? Aka-san, I didn't want to talk about this, but I'm getting way too many tweets and way too many emails asking me to talk about it. And they were like, hey Aka-san, if you're gonna talk about Logan Paul, you should talk about Stan Lee. Well, fuck it. Alright, we'll talk about it, because it's relevant. I can't even believe, not even 2 weeks into the new year, Marvel creator Stan Lee, 95, is accused of groping nurses and demanding oral sex in the shower at his $20 million Los Angeles home, but says he is a victim of a shakedown. I'll try to get through this without smirking or laughing. Stan Lee, the 95-year-old comic book legend who co-created Spider-Man, the X-Men, the Incredible Hulk, which I did a reaction to, our stream to today, and other characters, is accused of sex abuse. DailyMail.com can disclose a nursing company employed to care for him stopped working with him after a string of complaints. They missed the in that, by the way. They said him after string of complaints. Young female nurses complained that he demanded oral sex from them, groped them, and walked around naked. Just imagine this dude doing that. Young female nurses complained that, but Lee's lawyers tell DailyMail.com he has sent a cease and desist letter to the company which employs the women, accusing it of defaming Lee. Mr. Lee will not be extorted or blackmailed and will pay no money to anyone because he has done absolutely nothing wrong, attorney Tom Lalas said. Lee has a personal fortune of at least $50 million, and his home in the Bird Streets area has a commanding views of Los Angeles. God damn! I need to fucking visit Stan Lee! Touch me, buddy! Shit. Do my videos from there. I said I was gonna be serious, right? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Be like, could you imagine a move? Commanding view of Los Angeles. I'm like, Dreaded Entertainment, this is Aka-san. Stop it, Stan! Sorry, I said I was gonna be serious, right? But this shit is so... I'm gonna tell you why a lot of this just sounds like bullshit. But I'll try to be unbiased about it. Okay. He remains a fixture at comic book conventions. He just came to Tokyo Comic Con. Oh, Jesus Christ. Let's see. Let's get in... The Marvel creator, 95, is alleged to have repeatedly groped and harassed a string of young female nurses employed to care for him. He has said to have asked for oral sex in the shower, walked around naked, and wanted to be pleasured in the bedroom. But as of yet, no police complaint has been made and no lawsuits filed. Oh, Jesus Christ. Alright, I'm looking at the new nurses here. He's holding on to them. Oh, man. Oh, my God. Okay. Let me just go through this. So, goddamn. Yeah, Marvel is the highest grossing movie franchise in history, having raked in $23 billion at the box office, and Lee is an executive producer, boasts a personal fortune of around $50 million. Jesus Christ. Most expensive cameos ever. Executive producer, I get it. Here's what a source with knowledge of the situation said: Stan is an old man who has seemingly lost his way. He doesn't seem to care what other people think of him. He's lost his filter. There has been a stream of young nurses coming to his house in West Hollywood, and he has been sexually harassing them. He finds it funny. He walks around naked and is vulgar towards the women. He asked them for oral sex in the shower, and he wants to be pleasured in his bedroom. He uses the word pussy and fuck in their presence. Okay, I can say it. He is also very handsy and has groped some of the women. It is unacceptable behavior, especially from an icon like Stan Lee. Why is it? I mean, why would it be any different from him from any other man or old man? Nobody said that Stan Lee. Nobody said that a comic book creator needed to be presidential. Well, let's not even go down that route, because speaking of presidential material, grab him by the pussy. It appears the owner, who has nursed Stan herself, eventually decided enough was enough. A rep for the nursing company confirmed that the female owner had received several complaints from nurses who have worked at Lee's house, and she had complained directly to Lee. Alright. The Daily Mail is not naming the company, as to do so would identify the woman. Okay? The women. The nurses, who clients pay $1,000 a day, worked on shift rotations at the house and were available to him 24/7, 7 days a week. Yeah. Let's continue. Their duties include taking Lee's blood pressure, bringing him food and drink, and making sure he took his medication. The nursing company parted ways with Lee toward the end of last year. Alright, so here's... Yeah, okay, cease and desist letter. Blah, 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 and then later. So, they sent a cease and desist letter, or they parted ways with him in December. So there was a problem a while back. His wife died in July. So we're looking at about, maybe this was going on for about 6 months, if not earlier, allegedly. The way I look at it here, with what I'm looking at and what the information that is given, one thing to keep in mind is that the Daily Mail, dailymail.co.uk, is considered a tabloid site. It's the only place that is that is reporting this. No other major source is backing it up right now. It's so much of a tabloid that Wikipedia does not even list it as a reputable source. Wikipedia, of all places, where people can go on there and make up anything, is exiling this publication. Now, is that more than enough evidence to say no? Like, to dismiss it as fake news? I'd say no, because we should always take some of these things with a grain of salt. If somebody's going to take the time to build up a case like this for so long, you know, to build up something like this, we do need to think about, you know, that somebody's putting their career on the line here. Somebody's putting the reputation of their company on the line here. And some of the details are pretty high up there. Secondly, something else to keep in mind is Black Panther is on its way out soon. I mean, you know, but so a lot of people are thinking, okay, you're trying to tarnish the image of Marvel, especially when a black, fully majority black cast type movie is coming out, and it's a good opportunity. You know, we saw this happen with Justice League, where they went after Joss Whedon, they went after Jason Momoa, they went after Ben Affleck, they went after a bunch of people. We saw this with X-Men, the X-Men movies, which actually proved to be true, though. But there is something to keep in mind. There is something to sort of keep your eye open and kind of look at this situation about timing is everything. I guarantee there will be something about the Russo brothers or something to do with Infinity War related when that happens, so right when we get closer and closer to that. Again, does that mean that it's not true? It is without void. No, I think we do have to see what will become of this, and will it get buried? I don't know. Will more sources start to pick up on this? I don't know. They say that the new nursing company has actually spoken very highly of Stan Lee here. That they said he's a model student or model patient or something like that. That's what the other nurses say. Yeah, it's been a privilege to care for him. That's what they say. My only other personal thing that I wanted to say here, because one of the main reasons I wanted to talk about it, is you can take this whichever way you want. But when people die, especially those close to you, and I've seen this happen within my own life with my grandmother and such, something sort of happens with widowers. They tend to resort back to like a child sort of demeanor, and like some sort of like, you really have to start, like my mother has to take care of my grandmother like a child almost now, and a lot of care is being taken care of, and like there's a memory, there's only a small memory of the person they once were previously. And I wonder about this because it's, especially when you get into the 90s, 95, and so when Stan Lee came to Tokyo Comic Con, one of my friends, a few of my friends went to go get his autograph and went to the session and everything, and one of the things my friend said was that it really was like seeing a diminished version of the person that you've seen on TV, and you know, he was surrounded by a squad of people that he saw him as kind of vultures, so to speak. Like he was saying, like everybody's just kind of around him for his money, basically. They're taking care of him, but kind of taking care of him like that. And you know, they're just like, oh yeah, that's good, oh you did a good job, Stan, oh yeah, you can use a silver pen, yeah, you can sign with this one. And it just takes a lot longer for him to do autographs, and people are just not necessarily patronizing him, but just kind of easing him through life, so to speak. I don't know. And then, you know, I don't know if I even should be saying this particular memory, but I used to work Comic-Con quite often in San Diego. And one of the things we've said a lot about, it mentioned that Stan Lee is a very strong Comic-Con presence, right? And in his younger days, we're talking about, this was like, this story was told to me about 10 years ago. No, about 20 years ago when I was working Comic-Con. And we were talking about Stan Lee. He was brought up. And they were just, you know, Stan Lee used to be a lot more active back then. But he was a cornball. He was Master Roshi, basically. And he was having that basic guy locker room talk with his fellow people. You know, he had the dark shades on, and he'd just be like, you know, he'd be talking to his boys or people around him. He'd like, man, I can't do a Stan Lee voice. Hey, true believer. He'd be like, oh, that body on that girl is a true believer. Or making me a true believer. Excelsior. And things like that, right? He was just checking out women like the rest of us. Like that, you know? So I'm just throwing that out there because I'm trying to balance these two things. I've never expected Stan Lee to be a saint. Ever. But at the same time, it's a little, the timing of this makes me skeptical. That's about it. Skeptical. You know, we've always kind of talked about this with the older people, how they get a little frisky in the nursing homes and such. This isn't anything new about older people. Old people, they want some sort of attention or whatever. I know that I generally have to hold my grandmother's hand a lot when I visit America. And, you know, they need something going on. So I'm not, if this is true, I'm not so surprised. They haven't filed a lawsuit. Maybe it is true. Maybe they just wanted to put this out here. I don't know. And they wanted to put a stop to this. Maybe so. I don't know. I don't know. The man is alone now. Maybe he has a daughter, perhaps. Jesus Christ. And now I'm reading something else here that back in 2010, according to court records, he was found guilty of beating his son with a belt, putting him into a chokehold, and slamming him on the ground. God damn. Motherfucker thinks he was Daredevil or what? Like that. The boy went to school with his arm in a sling, which raised the alarm with teachers. For that crime, he was sentenced to 36 months probation, a fine, and anger management, and parenting classes. Shit, then a lot more people need to be taking those parenting classes, because, you know, black people ain't gonna lie, a good amount of us have gotten the belt. I don't know about the chokehold and the body slam, but, yeah, goddamn, the belt. We know about the belt. The switchblade. How many of y'all remember the fucking switchblade? Going outside to get the stick. You had to pick the stick. And if it wasn't big enough, you had to go back outside and pick a bigger stick to get whooped with. You were picking your own weapon to get whooped with. This is just old school parenting 101 here. Anyways, y'all, I don't know what to say about this. Am I still gonna see Black Panther? Fuck yeah! Wakanda forever! Still gonna see Infinity War? Shit, fucking sign me up. But, yes, it's something to keep in mind about the victims. I personally feel it's still an occupational hazard within nursing when dealing with older people. I have seen older people grope some of my classmates when I was in high school or whatever, and I didn't even know what to think about it at that moment in time. Old people be doing some freaky stuff, man. They're like, fuck it, I'ma die anyways. I'ma get my string on. I'ma get my groping on. Come on over. You know, like the Family Guy. That ain't no joke. That Family Guy dude, the old man, that ain't no joke. That's real. That's as real as it gets. Is it excusable? No, no. But there's something to keep in mind. Oh, God. Red Dreaded Entertainment, Red Dreaded Nation, stand up, speak up. Let me know what you guys think about this. Do you think it's all bullshit? Do you think there's even a factual, a point of truth to it, though? I believe there's something to this story. I don't know how far in this story, but I believe there is a point. If a lawsuit is filed, maybe it's time to start thinking about this a little bit more. And take it a little more seriously in terms of it being fake. I don't know, but actually, the more and more I think about it while talking with you guys about it, the fact that no lawsuit has been filed, and they parted ways, and the owner was just like, enough is enough, like this, and just trying to expose him, it's very possible that there might be some truth to this. So, I don't know. I don't know. I do wish I knew him a little more personally, so that's all I can give you in my opinion about this. But I'm interested in yours, okay? Stand up, speak up, let me know below. And I'll talk to you on the next scandal. Jesus Christ. Peace, y'all. Excelsior!